This is Awaken Me by Abby Spinner McBride.
It's a good way to start a service. Unitarian Universalism is a liberal religious tradition that values freedom in religious thought and journey. We uphold the unity of our interconnection to each other and all of life, and to the universe in which we exist. We affirm the universality of love and hope as we journey together in community, and so we welcome you, whoever you are, at this moment and wherever you are on your spiritual journey. Good morning, everyone. My name is Leanda. On behalf of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville, I welcome you to this very special Sunday service in celebration of the spring equinox, which is an awesome time of year. Today's service was put together by the Web of Life, and this is our Pagan and Nature Spirituality group. The group was named for our seventh principle, as you used, respect for the interdependent web of existence of which we are all a part. Special welcome to anyone who is visiting us for the first time. I hope you were given all of the information that you needed. If you will look on the back of the seat in front of you, there are some cards. This white one is if you would like more information about what goes on here at UUFF. And there's a yellow one. It's for joys and concerns, and you can fill that out later in the service. And are we doing those today? Okay. You can still fill it out and just, put it in the offering basket when it's passed. If you need assistance with hearing devices, you can see David right there in the back, and he can help you with that. Children and all of their sounds are very welcome in our services. I've had 4, and everybody's has been very patient with mine, so if you need to step out with them and take a break there, we understand. I mean, especially. There's seats out in the lobby, and then we have a nursery downstairs with a wonderful staff. They're very good with the children. My 2 would probably go live with Alex if I would let them. After the service, we're going to have a potluck, and even if you didn't bring anything, we want you to stay and join us and just enjoy the time together. We're about to enter a sacred time. We will make this time sacred by our presence and intention. Please remember to silence your phones or your devices. We are glad you have decided to spend your morning in celebration of the season with us. The spring equinox celebrates both earth and sun, both growth and light. At this point in the solar calendar, the length of daylight equals the length of the night. The male sun is in balance with the female moon. After the equinox, the balance will shift in favor of the growing sun as the days become longer. In the lunar calendar that relates to the seasons, the equinox also signals an important phase for the female earth, for this is the time that she opens herself, ready to receive new seed and to bring forth the plant life that has overwintered inside of her. The month of April, which arrives shortly after the equinox, derives its name from the Latin aperio, to open. For the Anglo-Saxons, April was Easter Moneth, named after the goddess Yoster, who brought the dawn of the day and the dawn of the year. Yoster gave her name to the Christian festival of Easter, which celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Across cultures and history, we have evidence of a variety of deities, male and female, linked to this time of year and spring's renewal. We will pay homage to many of them today throughout our service and rituals. As we celebrate the sacred marriage of God and Goddess and the new life their union brings, we invite you to reflect on aspects of your own life that could be renewed. Now we're going to have a meditation by Tressa.
Welcome to all you magical creatures and beings who have slipped in from your dreams and wild places, the possibilities between the worlds. Let us go within for a moment and breathe. Feel the balance of this moment. Earth, as she is poised in relationship with the sun. See her there in your mind's eye. Feel for your own balance of light and dark within. This fertile balance of tensions. Breathe into it. Breathe in the light, swell with it. Let your breath go into the dark. Stay with it. Breathe in the light, swell with it. Shift into your center. Breathe into it. In our part of the earth, the balance is about to tip into the light. Feel the shift within you. See in your mind's eye the energy ahead, the light expanding. Feel the warmth of it and breathe it in.
For our casting today, I make the encircling under the power of the sky, the light of the sun, the radiance of the moon, the splendor of fire, the speed of lightning, stability of the earth, firmness of the rock. From the heights to the depths, may we be circled in love and safety.
At this time of balance, at this time of awakening, we celebrate the spring equinox.
We honor the fertile earth. We honor the warming breezes.
We honor the waxing light. We honor the nurturing rains.
Welcome spring, new life to bring, to land, to us, to all.
Welcome spring, rebirth we sing, within and round us all.
Please join us, if you will, in welcoming the four directions and elements. If you like, face each direction in turn, or simply envision it.
Welcome, guardians of the East, realm of air, your gifts of sight and wisdom fair. Dancing March breeze on this blessed morn. Together we celebrate the spring newly born.
Welcome, guardians of the South, where fire burns bright, your gifts of passion and ardent light, lengthening warm days on this blessed morn. We celebrate the spring newly born.
Welcome, guardians of the West. Deep water clear, your gifts of health and love draw near, flowing with life on this blessed morn. We celebrate the spring
newly born. Welcome, spirits. Oh, wait, where are we now? North. Welcome, guardians of the North and strength of the earth, your gifts of life in joyous rebirth, springing up green on this blessed morn. We celebrate the spring newly born.
Welcome, spirits of life, source of all.
Powers of the ancients, to you we call, moving in us on this blessed morn. We celebrate the spring newly born.
Center, we light our living flame. Please join me with the chalice lighting words. We light this chalice for the web of life which sustains us, for the sacred circle of life in which we have our being, for the earth, the sky, above and below, for our Mother Earth, and for the mystery.
I want to teach you this awesome song called Awaken Me. It is perfect for spring equinox. It was great fun working up this music with Tressa and the choir and figuring it all out. I hope you like this. I think you will. Okay, Jory, ready? At your leisure.
Wake
did good.
At the spring equinox, we rejoice in the rebirth of the vegetation gods, whose myths and rituals have been celebrated for millennia. The deities who die or journey beneath the earth in autumn and winter, only to rise up again in the spring. Let us listen to one of the many stories that explain the origin of the changing seasons, the story of Demeter and Persephone. Our story for all ages is Persephone, written by Sally Plum Clayton. Persephone was playing in the fields, running, laughing, and chasing her friends. The sun felt warm on her bare arms, and the long grass tickled her legs. It was spring. Brightly colored flowers grew all around her. She gathered them into the folds of her gown. Brilliant crocuses, violets like gems, narcissi nodding their heads, green shoots of barley pushing out of the ground. Persephone picked and picked and picked, leaving her friends far behind. Is that spring ringing the doorbell?
Suddenly, there was a rumbling sound. The earth trembled and the ground opened up. A golden chariot pulled by 4 black horses appeared from beneath the earth. Hades, the king of the underworld, shook the reins. "Whoa, my beasts! Who is this beauty, a living girl to be my bride?" He reached out and plucked Persephone from the ground and pulled her into his chariot. "You will be my queen and light up my kingdom," he said. Persephone began to cry, but Hades cracked his whip and the horses galloped off.
They rode and rode until they came to a pool. A sparkling spring of water bubbled up from underground. It was a gateway to the underworld. Hades pulled his horses to a stop. A water nymph with flowing hair and dripping dress rose up from the pool. "This is my home," she said. "No one enters here by force." And she stretched out her watery arms to block their path. "You cannot make this girl go with you," she said. But Hades threw his golden whip into the water. It struck the bottom of the pool and a door appeared. Then Hades and Persephone plunged down to the underworld.
They raced along beneath the towering rocks. They passed snakes and crawling creatures. They rode past boiling lakes and fields of lava. "Now that you are queen, this all belongs to you," said Hades. "Look," he pointed to the earth gleaming with gold, to lumps of crystal winking beside the road. But Persephone did not care. A shadow fell across her face and stayed there.
Meanwhile, out in the sunshine, Persephone's friends stopped playing and looked around for their missing friend. When they saw a heap of flowers lying on the ground, their laughter died away. They ran to Persephone's mother and exclaimed, "She's gone! Persephone is gone!" Mother Demeter, goddess of earth, called and called for her daughter, but there was no reply. So she took a burning torch in each hand and set off to search for Persephone. Demeter walked through long, hot days and frosty nights looking for her. She walked and walked for weeks and months. She walked around the whole earth, but she did not find her daughter.
Exhausted.
You want me to do it? Yeah. Okay. Exhausted, Demeter came to a pool and sat down to rest. She saw a ribbon floating on the water. She reached across and pulled the ribbon out of the water, and tears sprang from her eyes. "This is Persephone's ribbon. I tied it in her hair myself," cried the goddess. "Oh, where is my daughter?" The water bubbled and the nymphs rose up. "Great goddess, I know where your daughter is. Hades has taken her to his kingdom. I swam down to the bottom of the pool and peeped into the underworld, and I saw her sad face. Persephone is queen, sitting on a throne of gold, but she neither eats nor sleeps. She only weeps." Get water. It's okay. Curse you, cruel earth, she cried. You don't deserve to bear fruit if you keep my daughter underground. Demeter pulled her cloak around her shoulders, and a cold wind began to blow. It tore leaves from the trees and plants from their roots. The earth became frozen hard as stone. Flowers, fruits, and barley lay hidden underground. A year passed, and nothing on earth grew. It was a year of hunger and misery. It was winter all the time. No one recognized the great goddess wrapped in her cloak, weeping and waiting for the world to die of hunger. Father Zeus, god of the sky, looked down and saw that earth was dying. He called for his swiftest messenger. Hermes, you travel the world. You know the way to every secret place. Find Persephone and bring her back. Then Demeter, goddess of growth, will make earth green again. Hermes put his winged sandals on and magic helmet. He took up his golden wand, coiled round with snakes, and in a flash rose up into the air. He flew swift as the wind between sky and sea and over rock. Like lightning, he traveled through the crowds, and in an instant, he was underground in Hades' dark kingdom. I come with a message, said Hermes. Father Zeus calls Persephone home. Earth is dying. Nothing grows without Demeter's help. Hades, you must let her go. Hades was silent. Persephone held her breath, waiting for him to speak, and the underworld waited too. At last, Hades said, Persephone, flower of my life, you have made my gloomy kingdom bright. Everything shines while you are here. But because I love you, I will let you go. Let no one say that Hades is a cruel king. Go home, Persephone, be sad no longer. Persephone leapt to her feet. Wait, my queen, said Hades. He lifted a golden plate piled with juicy seeds. All this time, no food has passed your lips. Please eat before you go. The seeds were red and seemed to glow. Persephone suddenly felt hungry. She reached out and took 3 seeds and popped them into her mouth. She crushed the seeds against her tongue, and a sweet, tangy juice burst inside her mouth. Persephone licked her lips. Then Hermes took her hand, and in an instant, swift as wind, they flew from dark to light. At that moment, Demeter looked up, and there stood Persephone. She flung her arms around her daughter and hugged her tight. Then Demeter took the tattered ribbon and tied it in Persephone's hair. Mother and daughter clasped hands and walked home. With each step Persephone took, the grass grew, buds opened, flowers bloomed, and green shoots of barley pushed out of the earth. The air was filled with the sounds of birds singing. Persephone had returned, and spring had come at last. At home, Demeter spread the table with fresh bread, white cheese, dark olives, and cool glasses of barley water. It's so lovely to be home, laughed Persephone. I'm starving, and she reached toward the food. You didn't eat, my daughter, did you? Asked Demeter. You didn't eat the food of the underworld? Did she? Dun, dun, dun. No, mother, no food past my lips, said Persephone, sucking on an olive. Oh, except what, said Demeter. 3 pomegranate seeds, 3 tiny little seeds. Then Demeter began to cry. Oh, Persephone, the food of the dead must not be eaten by the living. For those 3 seeds, my daughter, I will lose you. And so, for 3 months of each year, Persephone must return to the underworld. Hades welcomes back his queen. But when Persephone goes underground, winter comes to earth. When the 3 months are over, Persephone returns to earth. Ice melts and the ground grows soft. Earth bears fruit. Demeter hugs her daughter and picks barley to make bread. Spring has come again. The end.
Persephone is not the only deity associated with fertility. Mythologies from around the ancient world tell us of gods and goddesses who traverse the treacherous path on a journey to the underworld, only to return triumphant or be reborn as a source of hope of new life for their followers. In remembering them, we honor our ancestors whose lives were made richer for their faith in the spirit of life, which is eternal. As we call upon them now, we invite you to rise as you're able and respond with the words, "Teach us your wisdom." Inanna of Sumer, you who abandoned your royal trappings to descend into the underworld and face your sister, your darkest self, you who died and after 3 days came back to life, teach us your wisdom. Speaker Ishtar of Babylon, you who went below the earth to awaken your sleeping lover Tasmuns so that the earth might once again bear fruit, teach us your wisdom. Isis of Egypt, you whose tears of mourning made the Nile rise, you who searched the world for your young lover, Osiris, and breathed life back into him so that the crops might grow again. Teach us your wisdom. Adonis, beloved of Aphrodite, you whose shedding of blood makes the flowers grow, you whose yearly dying and rising brings new life to the earth. Teach us your wisdom. Dionysus, god of ecstasy and the vine, you whose shedding of blood makes the pomegranates grow, whose yearly dying and rising brings new life to the earth. Teach us your wisdom. Attis, beloved of Mother Cybele, whose sacrificial blood makes the flowers grow, you whose suffering and dying and rising promises salvation from suffering. Teach us your wisdom. You may be seated. The lesson of the fertility deities is clear. All that lives must die, but the life well spent nourishes the life that comes after. The seeds of last year's harvest produce this year's food. The very bodies of our ancestors give us physical life, which we pass to our descendants. In our own individual lives, too, there's a time to lose and a time to find. Our losses of health, of dreams, of loved ones, take us, as Demeter's loss takes her, into the winter of despair. But if we let our mourning transform into making the wheel will turn, the seasons will change, and we will find a new, though different, way of living and loving. There is a time to die and a time to be reborn. May we welcome the dying, however painful, of our old selves, paralyzed by the bonds of fear and greed and intolerance, and rise to a new life of courage and generosity and love. Let us look into our hearts for the new life, trying to push through the hardened, wintry soil of lethargy and pettiness, anxiety or anger, loss and despair. Let us find a way to soften that soil, nurture the seeds, to let the Spirit rise and grow. We invite you to rise as you are able and join me now in unison reading Evolution by John Bannister. Out of the cloud a silence, then a lark. Out of the heart a rapture, then a pain. Out of the dead cold ashes, life again.
It is time to sow new seeds and our intentions for the growing season ahead. These crates hold our seeds from which our intentions will grow. This treasure chest holds the soft, mineral-rich earth that will support and nourish our seeds and thoughts. After the blessing, and while the music plays, we invite you to come up and sprinkle a small amount of earth over the seeds while visualizing and setting your intentions. You may use your hands or spoon to sprinkle the earth. Now is the dark half of the year passing. Now do the days grow light and the earth grows warm. I summon the spirit of these seeds which have slept in darkness. Awaken, stir, and swell as you are planted in the earth, to grow forth and bring new fruit. Blessed be.
And next, we'll be singing hymn number 1068, Rising Green. Would you rise as you're willing in body or spirit? And Jory will lead us in this hymn.
Blood doth rise in the roots of yon oak, her sap doth run in my veins. Bound is my soul like the open sky, where the stars forever have lain. Where the stars, where the stars, where the stars forever have lain. My hands hold the weavings of time without end, my side as deep as the sea. Beating my heart sounds a measure of old, that of love's eternity. That of love, that of love, that of love's eternity. I feel the tides as they answer the moon, rushing on a far distant sand. Winging my song is the wind of my breast, as my love blows over the land. And my love, and my love, and my love blows over the land. My foot carries days of the old into new. Our dreaming shows us the way. Wondrous our faith settles deep in the earth, rising green to bring a new day. Rising green, rising green, rising green to bring a new day. Rising green to bring a new day.
You may be seated.
The dandelion is the only flower that represents the three celestial bodies, the sun, moon, and stars. The yellow flower resembles the sun, the puffball resembles the moon, and the dispersing seeds resemble the stars. And the dandelion flower opens to greet the morning and closes in the evening to go to sleep.
Dandelion is one of the first to flower in spring and one of the last to go dormant in the winter. It prefers cooler weather, flowering more profusely in the spring and fall than in the summer. All of this speaks to dandelion sensitivity. Dandelion asks us to be equally aware of the conditions under which we can best use the power we have.
Dandelion prefers loose, rich, healthy soil, but it can grow just about anywhere. It grows at altitudes ranging from sea level to 10,500 feet, in broad and open meadows as well as in the inner city sidewalk cracks, and despite a wide range of difficult obstacles. This speaks to dandelion's ability to adapt to its environment, no matter how challenging. Dandelion magic is the magic of adaptation.
Dandelion is an aid to its community, transforming its environment so more delicate plants can grow, providing a wealth of nutrients to a wide array of herbivores and omnivores, and providing bees and other insects with nectar when other plants cannot bloom. It is a plant who asks us to share our energies and ourselves with our communities in an effort to nourish the world.
We invite you to take a dandelion cookie from the baskets being passed around. After all have been served, we'll bless them together and then share and enjoy them.
Spring's bright power, and by your petals, nectar sweet, the magic of sun, moon, and stars we greet. All eat. Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you all. All right, this is a song by sister friend Wendy Rule.
You were bound, you were lost, you were captured. With your infinite soul counting hours. In a web where each thread held a future. And the future holds infinite powers. You are braver than mythical heroes. You have rescued the child of the dreamland. You have conquered the beast of the shadow. The universe is centered on where you stand. Feel the world at your feet. Freedom calls you from time. You shine. You are drinking the nectar divine. You have broken the rings that held Saturn. You are shedding the clothes of your sorrow. And the summer is singing its passion. And the universe calls you to follow. Feel the world at your feet. Freedom calls you from time.
universe calls you to follow. Feel the world at your feet. Freedom calls you from time. And all because you shine. You are drinking the nectar divine. Divine. Divine.
Spirit of life, may we know fully and deeply the blessing of each of the heart's seasons, the inward turning of winter, springtime's lush renewal, the effortless, steady growth of summer, and autumn's rich harvest. May our passage from season to season be blessed, eased by hands to hold, and by the light of love to guide us on.
Please join with me with sharing of the words as we extinguish this chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the radiant light of life that burns within us. That we take forth into the seasons, into the world, and into our lives, shining on as the wheel turns.
Please join us, if you will, in our farewell to the four directions and elements.
Guardians of the north and strength of earth, we thank you for your gifts of life in joyous rebirth. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the west, deep, water clear, we thank you for gifts of health and love so dear. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the south, where fire burns bright, we thank you for gifts of passion and ardent light. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the east, realm of air, we thank you for gifts of sight and wisdom fair. Farewell and blessed be.
And we thank the powers of the ancients,
the spirits of life of all existence.
We thank the powers of the stars above and the earth below, for this time we have shared our place in the flow. Farewell and blessed be.
May our circle of love and friendship not be broken, but open up as a spiral, winding and weaving as we go forth into the deep and blessed world. And in our going, may we be blessed with all good things on this day and forevermore. Merry have we met, merry do we part, and until we merry meet again, blessed be. And now it's time for our offering and announcements.
This fellowship is a community in which we are all welcome. Its energy and resources feed the fire of our spiritual growth. Its wealth and hearth are what we share. As we contribute to the life of the community, we affirm the spark of life it brings us. Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this, our fellowship. And then if you have yellow cards, you can drop them in the basket as they come around.
But you can go ahead and move around and
Yeah.
and stuff. Yes, excellent. Okay, choir.